Na mpenzi mtazamaji, na kuacha na makala maalum ambaye asema kwamba maandamano na migomo nchini Kenya hufanywa kwa mujibu wa katiba ya mwaka 2010, wanaoshiriki wakipitisha jumbe zao kwa viongozi na serikali. Ingawa maandamano yana jukumu muhimu katika kuruhusu watu kutoa maoni yao kuhusu ukosefu wa haki, pia huja na changamoto tele zinazoweza kuathiri afya na maisha ya akili pamoja na kimwili, kwani mara nyingi waandamanaji hutawanywa na maafisa wa polisi kwa kutumia vitoa machozi, mitutu ya bunduki au hata rungu. Mwanahabari wetu Dolly Mwirigi Mbuvi ametuandalia makala haya yafuatayo spesheli kuhusu vitoa machozi. Basi makala haya na kuacha nayo mpenzi mtazamaji, nami nikisema kwamba ufurahia makala haya ya Dolly Mwirigi mpaka pale ambapo tutaonana tena. Mimi ni Dickens Luvanda. Kwaheri ya leo.
Kuongezeka kwa gesi wakati wa maandamano ya kuipinga serikali kumeibua wasiwasi jinsi gesi ya vitoa machozi inavyoathiri baadhi ya wananchi. Katikati ya mwaka huu wa 2024, miji mingi humu nchini ilijaa moshi ya gesi ya vitoa machozi. Vijana waandamanaji walionekana wakiwa wamebeba mabango na chupa za maji, walikabiliana na polisi ambao waliwarushia vitoa machozi ili kuwatawanya. Katika maandamano ya kitaifa au maandamano yanayohusu serikali na raia, hapakosi ghasia. Wanahabari Prince Mwangi na Sami Adika wamekuwa miongoni mwa mamia ya wanahabari ambao walihudhuria maandamano hayo ili kutoa habari, wao pia wakiwa miongoni mwa walioathirika na vitoa machozi.
We really tried going through. Later on, I got chest infection, camping through. There are a lot of tear gas that to intake during that time.
In the near future, one of the most important things as a journalist, and I would always make sure I have, is protective gears, from mask, from to head gears, and also just chest vest, making sure that I keep safe while updating Kenyans.
Wanasaikolojia wanasema kuwa milipuko ya vitoa machozi inayotumiwa kuwatawanya waandamanaji na madhara kuathiriwa.
We usually say we have a hormone that's within our mind that's called that's produced by an organ called amygdala. So within that organ, the hormone that is produced can create 3 reactions. You can either flee, you can either freeze, or you can fight. So you will find as agencies out there, in the short term, out of hearing that bang, or even hearing that canister that has been drawn, fear will, in the short term, come in. Then with it also there are a bit of anxiety, which can be brought about with either you'll see palpitation, one's heart beating, either someone, like now when we are saying you'll freeze, you'll find others probably even peeing on themselves, going a number 1. So basically it is a place of saying, yes, there's a mental effect to the maandamanos that we are having. But it's up to us to be able to address these people and find out how far or how much have they been really affected.
Mwanasaikolojia Patience Mwema anasema watu wenye ugonjwa mfadhaiko baada kiwewe, yaani PTSD, wana uwezo mkubwa wa kuathirika na milipuko ya mabomu ya vitoa machozi.
You'll find someone has lost a friend. They went probably a brother and a sister for maandamano, and they lost their sibling in that. They lost a friend who was probably on the forefront. So it will definitely affect them because there's that bit of being in denial. Yes, my friend had gone out to fight for that right that every one of us is really looking out for, that change that every one of us is looking out for. So basically it can bring in the stress in the long term, which again can affect one's sleep patterns. And it can also affect how probably sometimes you think, because you can even just go blank.
Bali na masuala ya afya akili, watu wanapokusanyika kwa ajili ya maandamano, mikusanyiko yenye watu wengi inaweza kuchangia vichafuzi hatari vya hewa au viwasho ambavyo vinaweza kusababisha matatizo ya kupumua ikiwa gesi ya vitoa machozi inatumika.
And what these chemicals do is when they get onto the surface, they interact with the cells of the body. There are certain parts of the cell we call receptors. Receptors are that part of the cell which makes a cell react in a particular way. So when these gases get in touch with that receptor, they trigger pain, and depending on the organ affected, different reactions can occur. For example, if it is a nerve cell which is touched, pain can result. If it is the eye, then you get pain in the eye and tearing. If it is the airway, you may find someone producing a lot of mucus. The airway may try to close up, or what we call bronchospasm. The airway goes into a spasm. People start coughing. They may have difficulty in breathing, wheezing, and even chest pain. So different parts of the body can be affected by these gases.
Hata hivyo, vitoa machozi huenda vikasababisha matatizo zaidi kwa watu wanaougua magonjwa ya pumu.
If one has a condition like asthma and they are exposed to this gas frequently, we do know that they can get more difficult to control asthma. Some researchers have also said that there is a possibility the exposure to tear gas may cause increased tendency to get infections easily. For example, even simple old-fashioned influenza can attack a person who has recently been exposed to tear gas easier compared to that person who has not been exposed. Some papers actually on research have said that it is possible this could even, the exposure could even lead to cancers. But you see, if it is 1 or 2 cases which are reported, one may not put a stamp that it does cause cancer. But there is that fear that if there is repeated or long-term exposure, it may lead to some forms of cancer.
Walakini ni muhimu kuchukua tahadhari za haraka na madhubuti ili kupunguza athari zake.
The most important thing is, number one, move away from where that canister has exploded and there's a huge thick cloud of the gas. Number two is getting rid of the powder or the gas from your skin. And how do we do that? Number one is removing the clothes which are contaminated if one can. I'm imagining someone running in town removing their clothes. That will be a bit difficult. But as soon as you can, please remove those clothes. Thoroughly wash your face, wash your body if the exposure is everywhere. And I have seen people using Colgate or other kind of toothpastes. Those may not really help. So just old-fashioned water and soap is important. Remember, if the clothes are exposed to the powder, they may remain contaminated for a long time. So sometimes just washing once may not be enough. You may need to wash several times to get rid of that powder from the clothes.
Ingawa maandamano yana jukumu muhimu katika kuruhusu watu kutoa maoni yao kuhusu ukosefu wa haki, ni vyema pia kufahamu athari hizi na kuchukua hatua za kujilinda.
It is us to create that support system back even at home and just offer a listening ear and offer even as the government solutions to what we are saying, because where we sit as therapists, we feel it's a place of Gen Zs and even the nation at large being listened to so that we can be able to support them. So what I can say, it is something that we can really, really work on. It's not like it's something, yes, the short-term and the long-term effects that are quite psychological, they can be handled, and that is through therapy. And as I said, we have pro bono services that are being provided, and also we have now the support I am saying, like back at home. Can we be able to listen to these people and tell them, yes, we are hearing you. When it comes to the journalists like you, so when you come back to the workplace, have you been given probably a place of debrief? Because yes, you have gone to the field, you have seen that dead body, you have seen that young person being battered around and pulled up and down before you go tomorrow for work. Can we have a place where, as organization also, we are providing a safe place for the journalists, for the medics, so that they can be able to say, yes, yesterday we went and this is how we were able to handle the situation.
Dolly Mwirigi Mbuvi, Dira ya Hope TV.